So it would seem like you guys did everything you needed to do, right? It just comes down to the end, and it's sort of a coin toss. How do you process games like that where it's not like you're necessarily in the worst of the team because you lost, right?
Right. I mean, obviously Michigan State's a great team, and they hit a tough shot at the end. Miles Bridges is a great player. You got to give them all the credit on that. There were multiple breakdowns throughout the game where they got some stuff that we didn't want. So it all kind of adds up. Everybody has a little something they can contribute to that loss, myself included. So I mean, it all just comes down to one play at the end, and obviously they made it. It was a tough shot and a great look for him, and he hit it. So.
Other teams have done this one-on-one with you. Schilling seemed like he was, they were letting you get the ball, but they wanted to keep you away, make you hit those turnarounds. Just, I guess, the way that they defended you today.
Well, I mean, I thought that they did a pretty good job of trying to push me out. Normally, I just stick with that left shoulder right hand hook because nobody can really stop that. And I went to it multiple times, and I just missed some shots that I normally make. Even if it was that far out, I'm comfortable with hitting those. I work on them all the time in practice. I know you guys have seen it before. I'm comfortable with that. It felt good coming off my hand, just missed them. There were 2 or 3 shots that were turnarounds that were not, so hot in my opinion. That I didn't feel comfortable with, and obviously I missed those. But everything else, when I stuck to what was fundamental, what was sound, and no matter how far away it was, just stuck to that hook. It was pretty much unguardable. I just missed it, and that's where I just got to go back and just get some more work in and just make sure that I don't miss those later in the future.
They've obviously ridden you throughout numerous games throughout the season, but this is a career high for attempts for you. When did you get a sense that you were such a big piece of this game?
When Coach said they were just going to give me the ball every single time that they could, and that they were just going to leave me one-on-one. They were going to try and mess with it, come down and try to scrape a little bit, but then get back to our guys. They didn't want to live with our shooters getting wide open shots, which is smart. But it all comes down, defense, and whether I make the shots or not. It all comes down to really defense and how we guarded them. I thought we did a really good job. There were, like I said, some possessions that we didn't want them to have open looks or open dunks and things like that. But it is what it is, and it all just kind of added up towards the end.
It seemed like they got 3 offensive rebounds right off the bat, and it just got cleaned up right away. Did you guys change anything to keep them off the offensive glass there?
I think they had some lucky bounces, honestly. I thought our guys did a really good job stepping to them. I don't remember what the last rebound count was, but I know they obviously out-rebounded us. But I felt like we did a pretty good job. It just came down to, obviously, they just got some lucky bounces, and we stepped to them far enough out, I guess. So it just is what it is.
You guys down 31 minutes or so without a turnover, and then there were a couple in succession. Anything Michigan State did to contribute to those?
It was just passing and catching and just being mentally, strong about it. Not letting the crowd get into us and not letting those pressure at this. It was just mental errors on our parts. Like the one where I threw it out to Dakota where I was one-on-one wide open. I felt like that was one where he was wide open, but I threw it a little bit too hard and over his head. It was tough for him to catch, so that turnover is obviously on me. But if I had just kept it one-on-one, that's something that could have been easily fixed. So.
Matt came in and gave you, when you got that second foul in the first half, came in and got some baskets there late in the first half. It seemed at the time like they were going to be really key. Are you seeing the confidence grow in him a little bit offensively?
Yeah, I think he just takes what the defense gives him. He's done a really good job of being patient. There's some games where he doesn't score, some days where he does, and some days where he has 10, 12, 11. It just all depends on what they give him. Some teams are more worried about the post overall, and they try to take Matt away, and some teams don't. Michigan State obviously gave him some good looks, and he was able to fall through on them. We'll have to get with him about that free throw shooting a little bit, but I know that he comes in and works hard, so I think he's going to be a great player in the future, and I can't wait to see what he does here at Purdue.
2 big ones there.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I'm proud of the guy. He did step up and hit some 2 tough ones, and so you just got to give him credit for that. But I'm really excited for his future at Purdue. I'm sure that he'll be a great player.
Just to follow up, was there a specific moment when Coach Painter said we're going to give it to you every single time? Isn't that what
No, I think he said that early in the game, or before the game ever started, and then obviously it was established when I started. I think I scored the first 2, or maybe the first 3. I don't remember what it was, but I think that was pretty much established when I saw them not doubling the rest of the game, and I just kept trying to make strong moves and just missed some shots I normally make. And, obviously, those would have fallen, but a much different game. So,
What do you think you guys are showing this week?
I think that even though we lost 2 games in a row, I thought that Ohio State, obviously we had some errors right there at the very end, but one of the best teams in the nation's home court, and we gave them a fight to the very end. And obviously it took a really, really tough shot from far out by Miles Bridges, who's a very talented player, to hit that to beat us. And it just kind of sucks, but at the same time, moving forward, I think these losses are going to do us some good. We'll have time to reflect and before we move on to Wisconsin.
Just what gives you confidence about this team? That just the excruciating nature of these losses won't affect Wisconsin or moving forward.
I know that our guys can grind out close wins. I've seen us do it before. I thought that we had it in the bag there at the end. But it's unfortunate. Some great players. It is what it is, and you try to adapt to the situation. So we had a play design where we were going to try and get that, get Vince to hit that first free throw, and then obviously missed the second one and try to get that rebound. But it didn't work out. He missed the free throw, and that sealed the game for us. So.
Excellent.